Record. Okay. So here's the deal, y'all. BPM and tempo, as you know it, is wrong. Not a lie, it's wrong. Took me a long time to figure this out for myself as well. So we're gonna start with what reason do I have to be able to say this? How am I an authority on the subject? A little bit of credentials. I've been playing music since I was 8 years old. I've been a performing musician for going on 8 years. I am a music teacher. I did classical band. I've done marching band. I'm currently playing in a metal band. I'm learning classical music. I know theory pretty well. I mean, I'm not like virtuoso. There are definitely people that are better at piano than me. But all this is to say, I know what I'm talking about. So the official term of the hot take that I'm going for is BPMs under 60 and over 200 don't exist. They don't exist. Can't play it. And I'm going to prove why. So, as you can see, I've had my piano thing set up because I'm going to be using that in a little bit. But for starters, I need to go over here. Okay. So I'm going to find. Actually, no. I need to mention why this is important. This all started. Well, I started being more vocal about this with the Archspire auditions, because everybody always talks about Archspire being the fastest metal band out there. Now, I want it to be known right here and right now, I am not discrediting their musicianship. Those guys are far better than I could ever hope to be. They are amazingly talented musicians. The only problem that I have with the band is that they say that they play at 300 plus BPM, 350 plus BPM. That, and there's an entire genre of music called speedcore. It's electronic music, and it likes to push the boundaries of how fast music can be. And that is not real. Speedcore is a fake genre. And again, I will prove it. So, to start, I am going to play one song, probably Archspire's most notable song. Probably going to get this video claimed, but I don't care. Let's see. We'll need a little bit of it anyways. Okay. So, we'll bring this over here. Don't need that anymore. Okay, so here is Archspire Involuntary Doppelganger. Okay, volume up. Now, I'm just going to let it play for just a little bit so you can hear what I'm talking about. I don't know why it's lagging so much, but you get my idea, my drift. What if the quality is already low? I have no idea why that would be lagging. Anyways, okay, one more time. Okay, so we got that a little bit. I don't want to, like, I'm not trying to say that I'm like stealing their music or anything. Okay, so there's a song. Okay, keep that in your mind. Now I'm going to look up Nightcore examples. There's like a
break the
here we go.
break the rules.
Okay, we're going to listen to this video in its entirety. It's only 1 minute, but this is the first thing that's going to really send home my point. Okay, here we go.
Break the rules.
Note the BPM that they claim on the video. Okay, there we go. So, what I want you to notice towards the end of that video, what does that sound like? Close your eyes. It is literally, that's what it sounds like. Okay? Well, I guess you can't see it. There. Here, we'll go higher. Okay, if I go, let's change this to an organ. Okay? Okay, now I'm gonna come over here. Okay, again. Is that not just a singular note? Boom. Okay. So, the reason that happens, I don't have any good like visual examples of it. However, this is something that you can test for yourself. You can pull up anything. Okay. So, let's see. I have my notes here. Okay, so these are my examples. Okay. Different genres in the speedcore group, which is fine. Like, you can make music however you want to do it. You can put together any sounds, high, low. I mean, you can make music out of burps. Like, it doesn't matter. Music is music. However, it's this BPM thing that I'm going to hammer home. The reason I bring this up is what I call the groove point. Okay? What do you snap your fingers to? What do you bounce to? What do you jump to? What do you headbang to? That's your BPM. BPM and tempo is this balancing act between the listener and the composer. You can compose anything that you want. Okay? You can compose it as fast or as slow, but at the end of the day, your groove point. Also, fun fact, it's relevant. Most people, like the general population, cannot comprehend under 32 beats per minute. I have successfully been able to clap about 10 to 15 beats per minute, like on time. But even I'm a professional drummer. That's all I do. And even I can't go below 10. It's just under 32, most people cannot comprehend. So that's why I settled on the 60, because that's still something that you can bounce to. Anyways, that's not as important as the rest of this. So here is some of my, actually we're gonna, before I go into my other rendition of Proof, okay, let's go back to Archspire. Okay, I'm going to clap my hands to where you would realistically be bouncing and headbanging to. That is 175 beats per minute. How do I know that? Constantly being told that this song is 350 beats per minute, but you're not headbanging at 350. Listen to the accents in the snare and the guitars. 16th notes at 175 beats per minute. The reason I say that and not 8th notes at 350 is because where do you bounce to? Again, let's listen to it again. You're not going to be jumping at 350 beats per minute. You can say that your song is 350, but your audience will not, because that's not what they're grooving to. Okay, here's a speedcore. I love this song, by the way. Barrio Eternal Ending. This song slaps. It's probably one of my favorite speedcore songs of all time. They say that this song is 400 beats per minute. Okay? Let's give it a little bit of a listen. Okay, let's clap. Let's clap. Ready? Ready? .200 beats per minute. They say it's 400, but you're not bouncing at 400. There's also a halftime part. I'm gonna find it. Oh, it's like right here. Okay, it even goes halftime. Listen to where the snares line up, the accents in the music, the keyboards, the guitars. As soon as it loads, I don't know why I'm lagging. This is so annoying. This is ruining my YouTube video. Lizzie, the internet sucks and it's ruining my video. That is until YouTube takes me down for copyright. Come on. Load, please. Dang it. Let's see, we're at 54 seconds. Let's just reload the page. Okay, are we back yet? All right, I'm just going to be patient. We're just going to hang out here for a second. So I went to Canada recently, this past weekend. That was pretty fun. Visited great-grandma-in-law. Don't get to see her often because they live way out in Canada, but it is beautiful up there. Definitely one of the most beautiful places on the planet, like hands down. Hands down, one of the most beautiful places. We climbed, kind of, to the top of the Banff Ridges, BANFF. Got some pictures. Oh, absolutely crisp. Dude, everything is stopped. What is happening? What is happening? I just want to play this one little part. Literally everything is lagging. And I know it's just me, because Lizzie's watching shows just fine, without any interference. Fine. Listen to it on your own. Eternal ending, about 55 seconds in, it goes into a literal halftime groove. Like, okay? So, that's my point. Your groove point. That is the audience half of it. So, how can I explain this in musical terms? I really hope my stream isn't getting taken down. That would be really fucking annoying. Okay, so I need to get a metronome. Okay, so I got a metronome right here. Here's what I'm going to do. We're going to, first off, for anybody who's confused about this, like maybe not super musical theory, so there's this thing called eighth notes. Eighth notes is your upbeats, right? So if you're counting 1, 2, 3, 4, eighth notes would be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. There's also one step further, 16th notes. It's called a subdivision. That would be 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1. They're subdivided. That's how you get faster rhythms and whatnot. So I'm going to take 200 beats per minute. I have this metronome right here from Google. I hope you can hear that. OBS is picking it up, so that's good enough for me. Okay, so 200 beats per minute. I'm going to play eighth notes at 200 beats per minute on my piano so you can hear it as well. I'm going to be using 2 different notes so you can see it visually. Oh, let me switch back to piano. Okay, now I'm going to drop that down to 100 beats per minute and play 16th notes. notice how visually and tonally it sounds the same. You could not, without the metronome, you would not have been able to distinguish if I was playing at 100 or 200 beats per minute. That's why groove point and inflection is so gosh dang important, because that's what determines what your actual BPM is. If you go back and listen to any Archspire song, yeah, they're playing fast as all get out. Like, it is ridiculous how fast they're actually playing, but don't get it twisted. 16th notes at 200 is the same as 8th notes at 400. You're not physically playing a faster BPM. It's a different BPM. It's what your audience will interpret as your groove point. That's why you see sometimes people say, this song's 160 beats per minute. No, it's only 80. It all depends on your groove point. There is some subjectivity to what a BPM and a tempo is. That's why you're able to play songs as ballads. You take the same thing and you slow down the tempo, but you're not picking up, you're not going from 8th notes to triplets or 8th notes to 16th notes. It's all relative. You would write your song with intent of what you hope the BPM is. Then you would hope that the listener interprets it as such. Let me give you a personal example. Okay? Let me go to my Spotify. So, to those of you that don't know, I am the drummer for Saved by Scarlet, Christian heavy metal band, mostly metalcore, but basically. Links are down below if you want to give us a listen, because it's good music. Positive. Okay. So, let me just go over to here. Boom. Okay, so this song. Okay, this song is called Compass of Guiding Light by my band, Saved by Scarlet. Okay? So, in the early conceptual stages of this song, we were writing it in 6/8. 1 2 3 4 5 6 1 2 3 4 5 6 1 2 3 4 5 6 1 2 3 4 5 6 4 1 4 1 4 1 4. Right? You can hear that. 1 4 1 4. It ended up that the way it got finalized was technically in 12/8 or a variation of 4/4. So it's triplets. So the BPM at 6/8, 1 2 3 4 5 6 1 2 3 4 5 6 1 2 3 4 5 6 1 2 3 4 5 6. Your emphasis is on 1 and 4, right? 1 4 1 4. The BPM itself doesn't change per se when we put it in 4/4. I think I'm kind of mixing up my words a little bit. I think I'm confusing myself. Okay, let me start over. Scratch that. Editor, me. Scratch that. I don't edit my videos, by the way. Everything I play is raw. You hear that, King Marco? Anyways, yeah, I'm name dropping people that piss me off. So, anyways, when we were originally writing it, okay, yes, I was half correct. So when we were originally writing it, it was in 6/8, which means that the metronome would be clicking dong 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 dong, because your high pitch is always, or your different pitch is always on the first downbeat, the downbeat of each new measure, so you know exactly where you are. You know where the downbeat of 1 is. Ding dong ding dong. But then we changed it, and it's now in 4/4, so it would become ding dong 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 ding dong 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 ding. So the emphasis went from dong, dong, dong to dong, dong, dong. Okay, let's give it a listen. One. So you hear it's kind of broken up into those chunks. That's the end of a 4-bar phrase. So it just worked out better to do that instead of 8 bars of essentially 2. It was from a listener standpoint. It ended up flowing better that way from a listener standpoint. So that's how early on we switched it to that. So then the structure of the song kept going in that direction as opposed to doing the emphasis. And that also made the breakdown super tight. It's way cooler when you think of it in 4 instead of 2. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Light the way for me. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Make sense? That's a personal example that I was a part of, where the feel of a song changed than what it was written as because of how it felt. So all this to say, to come right back to the start of this, BPM and tempo, 60 to 200. That's where everything exists. Okay, and I say everything, I mean with certain exception, because 210, I'm sure you could pull off 210. But in my personal opinion, 250 is 100% the limit. At that point, you're ending up playing so fast that your groove point shifts. Have you ever heard of Nightcore music? When they speed up a song, it just sounds like a jumbled mess when it goes too fast, because their groove point, when they try to force the groove point to 300, 400, 500, 600, it becomes a jumbled mess. Nobody can interpret that. It ends up sounding literally, go back to speedcore, it just sounds like that. When your groove point gets so condensed, it just becomes one note. So it doesn't exist. You can play as fast as you want. You can play 30-second notes at 60 BPM. But where is your groove point? What are people going to jive with? What are they going to bounce to? Snap their fingers, bang their head, stomp their foot, you name it. That's what's important. So I want to officially go on record as a musical elitist, pretentious a-hole. Not many things bother me in the music world. This is one of those things that I'm going to die on a hill for. 100%. This is off the cuff. I'm just spouting this because surprisingly, it means a lot to me. Because, like, being a teacher trying to explain to kids how BPM works, how your tempo works, it's so very subjective. Like, oh, I think I have mine. One sec. Get my work bag. Okay. Really? Too many cables. See how off the cuff this is? I didn't plan any of this other than like the main points I was going to talk about. Because I keep seeing videos about this Archspire audition thing, and I'm like, I'm fed up with it. So yeah, you got to play at the tempos that we play. No, we got to play at the groove that you're playing at. If you guys go watch their video where they reviewed some of the drummers, I legitimately got upset when they're like, if you can play at the tempos that we play. It's like, no, that's not what that means. That's not what that means. And I'm a freaking music nerd. All right, so this is a book I carry with me. Just a bunch of classical pieces, right? So, you know, let's just, okay. I don't know why I'm looking for a specific piece, okay? So, right here, we have Lullaby by Johann Philipp Kernberger. There's a reason they use words. Moderato. That's not 100 beats per minute. That's not 200 beats. No, that's a moderate tempo. Average, something comfortable. Something maybe about a walking speed. That's why we use terms like walking, running, sprinting when talking about speeds of music, because it's relative to what we interpret. If you were to play it, like for release, for example. Oh my gosh, I need to change it back to piano. I don't know my pedals, so it's going to sound bad. Dut, 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 That's like what, 80 or so. But if I speed it up, its groove point is da 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 da, right? Da 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 da. If I speed that up, it becomes a jumbled mess. It doesn't sound the same. It doesn't feel as good. It feels rushed. It's not a sprinting song. It's a sad song. The point of the song is that a man was broken up over a woman who chose someone else, and he was literally crying, went into his room, wrote her a love song that he never meant to show anyone. That's what Fur Elise is. It's not supposed to be played fast. It is a sad, depressing song about a man saying, I love you, you chose someone else, I still wish you the best, but I'm still sad. It's not about how fast you play it, it's the groove and the feel behind it. You play it too fast, it doesn't sound sad. It doesn't work that way. That's not how music works. Music is all about emotion and expression. And just trying to say, oh yeah, I can play fast. It's like, no, that's not the point. It's not about playing fast. If you want to have a fast, angry, punchy song, yeah, you can make those and you can make them fast. But if your claim to fame is that we're the fastest metal band alive, or I make the fastest music, that is false. That is a dumb claim to stand on. Again, this is not to diminish the skill and ability of these musicians that can play faster than I ever could. I acknowledge that they are better at their craft than I am. However, that one point, 350 beats per minute, you're not playing at 350 beats per minute. You are playing at a fast tempo that makes people want to jump and bang their head. No one's banging their head faster than 200 beats per minute. So therefore, no song will exist. Asterisk. Past 200 beats per minute. Lorna Shore, another good example. Sun Eater. They're saying, oh, this is 280 beats per minute. No, it's 140 beats per minute. No one's grooving at 280. You got to think about, where's my foot tap? Where's the snap? Where's the head bang? That's your beats per minute. That's your tempo. Not some arbitrary number that you can put down. Because what's stopping me from going, I just played that at 6,000 beats per minute. Like, obviously that doesn't work, because it just sounds like one solid note. So, there's my hot take on music. The one that I will die on a hill, and nobody can prove me otherwise, because when you start getting too fast, it doesn't sound like music. Archspire, I love you guys. Your music is fantastic. I think you guys are outrageously skilled musicians, and you guys are super funny, and I love watching those stupid little videos that you put up. Like, outside of the tempo comment, I loved watching your drummer audition video, because as a drummer, I love to see what other people come up with. But the point of this is, the audience has just as much say to the beat of your song as you do. It is a collaborative, subjective effort. Thank you for appearing to my TED Talk. I am now going to play video games, because that is what I do. That is what I am a professional at. Wait. First, I gotta stop recording so I can upload this later.